Months after breaking up, couple reconciled and immediately plotted a murder. It's a love story. True romance. You know, most couples would have just had makeup sex and went to Cheesecake Factory, but not these two crazy kids, because nothing says I missed you, baby, more than planning out a good old-fashioned homicide. In the time span of just over a day, a former couple reconciled, immediately plotted a murder, and tried to carry it out. Tried meaning you failed. According to deputies in Lake County, Florida, Arianna Selina Gajraj, 21, lured the victim out, and the gunman Brandon Pirela, 24, carried out an ambush, but the target managed to get away. Authorities said in the comments, the couple is now locked up in jail without bond for a charge each of attempted first-degree murder, and arraignment is set for April 8th. Deputies said they responded to Peppermill Trail in the city of Clermont at approximately 1:53 a.m. regarding a shooting. They met with the victim. Let's be honest, she's a pretty young lady. I can see where if she's already acquainted with someone and reached out to him at that time in the morning, that person might think it's a booty call. It would probably take all several 100,000 years of human evolution to not slip, fall in the shower, and miss that golden opportunity to answer what would appear to be a call to action. Deputies located numerous spent cartridge casings on Peppermill Trail in the roadway and discovered the victim's vehicle had multiple projectile strikes as well as a Massey work truck. They wrote in the probable cause affidavit there were 21 spent 9mm cartridge casings on the roadway, 13 projectile strikes on the victim's vehicle, 3 projectile strikes on the Massey work truck, as well as 1 on a nearby mailbox. The affidavit said he hit everything but the victim. Fortunately, the victim said he picked up Gajraj and that they were going to smoke and speak about certain issues regarding Pirela. Victim described, "That's all you going to do? You should have stayed home for that." Victim described that Pirela throughout the week has been sending threatening messages to him as Pirela was making accusations of Gajraj and victim having a relationship. Authority said victim stated that he became nervous and asked Gajraj if Pirela had any way to track her location, to which she said he did. "Sure your ex isn't waiting in the bushes to kill me or anything?" "No." Then as soon as his spider sense started tingling, she gets a call from this guy. "Now I don't know about you, but I'm not meeting up with no girl at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to talk relationship issues with another guy. That sounds like a friend zone conversation for friend zone hours." He said that while he was driving, Gajraj received a call from Pirela, who asked what she was doing. "Isn't that a coinky dink?" The victim described himself as parking his vehicle on Peppermill Trail. A short time later, a white 2014 body-style Toyota Camry with dark tint, typical shootout car, pulled up in front of his car. The driver stepped out and fired multiple rounds from a handgun with an extended magazine extendo clip. Victim said he has previously seen a picture posted by Pirela on Instagram, which showed a semi-automatic handgun with an extended magazine. They wrote, victim described Pirela as being of similar height and build to Brandon Pirela, who he had met previously. He described that Pirela was wearing all dark clothing and a mask. Victim went on to say that he reversed away from Pirela and fled the area. Victim said Pirela pursued him west on Old Highway 50 and that he eventually eluded him. What's especially wild to me is that his girl was still in the car through all this, and it's apparent, it's very clear that he is a terrible shot. But I guess that's part of the relationship building exercise. Trust that I might not hit you, baby. He said he dropped Gajraj off in front of the Highland Park subdivision. She was still in the car. It wasn't like she was out and then she got back in after he shot his car up. She was still in the car, with his understanding that a family member would pick her up. According to documents, the man contacted his own family and ultimately met with cops at the Clermont Police Department. Investigators said that the victim gave screenshots of conversations from a now deactivated Instagram account. Deactivating your account won't hide what you already put up there. Pirela allegedly wrote, "Ari told me son about you and just don't make me F you up. Take it how you want." The victim replied asking what redacted meant and asked to speak with him about the issue. Deputy said this individual did not reply. Victim provided additional messages sent by Pirela from another Instagram account, backitgang.tm. "Do I have to smack the expletive out of you?" Pirela allegedly said. "You said you a threat to me?" Laughing my ass off. "You want me to drag you down Colonial on live? You got me super effed up, you little N-word. On God, when I see you, it's on sight, and that goes for your pussy ass friends too. I'm improvising." Gajraj told investigators at a non-custodial interview at a taco restaurant that the victim picked her up so they could smoke marijuana. Now she's trying to cover her ass to make it look like she doesn't have anything to do with this, but in all actuality, she's the common denominator, because if her ex popped out and shot at this guy on the first time they got together to smoke or the 100th time they got together, she's the common thread. How else would he know where to find the both of them? She claimed to have received a block call from Pirela because she already already knew who he was. She said Pirela asked her where she was, and she said out, with victim echoing the same in the background. Why would he even say anything? But I guess it's not like Pirela doesn't know those two are together anyway, authorities said. She described that ultimately they parked in the Greater Hills subdivision. She said that victim was nervous about Pirela and began loading his firearm while she was preparing the marijuana to smoke. He's been on point thus far. His only mistake was meeting up with her in the first place. A white car pulled in front of them. The victim began reversing and multiple rounds were fired. She claimed not to see Pirela, but after detectives said they would be seeking cell phone data as part of the investigation, Gajraj allegedly said she called Pirela after the shooting, asked his whereabouts, and he said he was home. She would not elaborate on why she called him. Deputy said her ditzy ass breaking radio silence to ask if he's okay. She should have asked him, why were you shooting while I was still in the car, you moron, and you're a terrible shot. It'd be hilarious if she would have broke up with him again. Using a license plate reader, investigators tracked down a vehicle matching the suspect vehicle. This vehicle was registered to Pirela. Surveillance footage showed the shooting, and other videos show a vehicle matching Pirela's at Gajraj's home at 1:26 a.m. They met up right after all this. At this time, it is unknown if Gajraj was picked up by Pirela, which would be consistent with the LPR data and Gajraj calling Pirela after the shooting, authorities wrote. Investigators, they learned that Gajraj had an account on the text app Pinger, which she had been using to communicate with Pirela from 6:12 p.m. on November 30th to 12:39 a.m. on December 1st. The messages begin with Gajraj confronting Pirela about issues in their previous relationship, them reconciling, then them discussing a plan for Brandon to kill the victim. Documents said they initially planned for Pirela to attack the victim while man was getting into a car. See, all he really had to say is what all guys say. We're going to listen to you. We're going to communicate more. I'm going to be everything to you, baby. I'm going to be your father. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to be your lover. But you got to believe in me. It then changed to Pirela blocking the victim in, which part of the plan involved her not being in the car, using Gajraj and their relationship issues as an excuse. Gajraj states that she doesn't want to be up too late, and Pirela replied, no, he's dying. Damn. Gajraj does state that she doesn't want them being done with guns, but Pirela reiterates multiple times that his plan is to get the victim. Gajraj ultimately comes up with their own plan for the ambush, telling Pirela to call her from a blocked number so she can show the victim to earn his trust. From there, she allegedly kept Pirela apprised of her and the victim's location. The final message, which is about her sharing her location, is sent at 39:13 hours, authorities wrote. This is approximately 12 minutes before the shooting occurred. There you have it, fellas. If a woman ever calls you at 1 o'clock in the morning wanting to talk about relationships, do not roll out of bed. It is a setup.